Evening people, how you doing? My name's Darksmoka, welcome to my channel. I will be commentating tonight over P1RC's Toyota Concept 16 Cup tonight. Tonight's round 2 live from Goodwood racetrack in the UK. Evening watchers, say hello. So I'm just going to start this stream like I do everyone, talking about this car and the livery on it. So, well, you can't see it right now. This is the car I'm driving for the MRC GTTCC series. So finals coming up tomorrow. Make sure you check it out. So it's the Porsche Cayman. You can see the channel logo smashed on the front and back. It's got the Caterpillar logos on it as well. That's the team I'm driving for this season. And then it's got the Kika logos all over it. So you will see the big orange Kika circle down the side. You'll see the little logo across the front on the bonnet and the handprints down the side. That's all in relation to a Dutch charity. So it's the Kika Foundation in Holland. It's a children's cancer charity that we are putting on a 6-hour charity race for. It's going to be held across different sim racing groups and across different platforms. So involved are MRC, Next Gen Racing. So MRC is Mature Racing Club, NGR is Next Gen Racing, we've got WR in Holland and DC Racing in Holland as well, so 4 sim racing groups getting involved. There's going to be different games involved as well, so Gran Turismo, Project Cars, I think there's iRacing and a couple of others as well. It is a pay to play event. If you fancy getting involved, I will put links in the description below on how to do it, etc, etc. Links to the Just Giving page for Mark Sykes, so if you don't want to enter, you just want to drive or whatever, there's still a Just Giving page you can donate to. So it is only €5 or £5 depending on which site you enter. At the Just Giving page, if you enter via the Just Giving page, let Mark Sykes know at Next Gen Racing, link in description below, and he will get your name down for the event. And the same with Dion's event page itself. So once you've donated, go onto the MRC page, the Mature Racing Club page, links in description below, and let Dennis Schuer know you've entered and you've paid your money, and we'll get you entered into the race as well. But tonight we are, I mean, this charity event's only 2 weeks away, so it's getting a bit close. So if you want in, you better be quick. So tonight, yes, we're at Goodwood racetrack tonight for the Toyota Concept Cup. These cars are feisty little things. It was a good race last week, a real good race last week. Zuzin's taking the win, Potter McPot in second, Mocky Weeks in third. So let's see if they can continue that trend this week. So we'll jump out of this, go find the lobby, and quali is literally just about to start. That's the one, Baggy Snails. Connection's not looking great. I hope we don't get any issues. I'm wired up, so it won't be the Wi-Fi on my end. There's the same car with the handprints and the logos and everything else. Did that all myself. Evening, Stewie. How you doing, mate? Excellent, well done. Yeah, it's a shame you can't race. I was expecting an empty lobby tonight with the weather and everything. I was expecting everyone to disappear down the pub, but we're looking pretty good. It's quite a full lobby by the look of it. So 13 in the lobby at the minute. Obviously I'm in this lobby as well, but I'm not driving, so only 12 actually. Oh no, there is actually 13 on track, 14 including myself. Fair enough. Yeah, okay, so let's jump into a bit of spectating. Put some info on for you people. I am playing with a keyboard again tonight, so I am getting used to this keyboard malarkey, so if it's a little bit jinky, I apologise. Baggy Snails, the boys have been good enough to whack their logos all over the car. I am just going to flick through to this man here, Potter McPot. Look what this man's done, look at that. That's my logo smashed, properly smashed across the side of his car. That's representing. So big ups to Potter. So yeah, just room settings being changed into racing quali. It's half an hour quali tonight and then half an hour race. What have I done with my mobile phone? Here we go. I can pull up a little bit more info for you boys. No, that's the wrong chat. Alright, there we go. So let's just have a look here. So yes, tonight it's a 10-week series. Last week we were at the Red Bull Ring. This week we're at Goodwood. So it's 30-minute quali, 30-minute race. Super soft tyres only. Bop is off. Maximum power, lowest weight. No tuning, no teams in this one. Every man for himself. Let's race fair and clean. So as I say, it was a real good, real tight race last week. I think the fight for second was intense between, let's have a look now, who was it? Potter McPot, Zuzims, Mocking Weeks and AN Other. Was it Raoul? I think it was Raoul. All four of those battling out for several laps. So that is on my channel as well if you fancy going watching last week's race. Don't tune out, make sure you stay tuned and go watch the other one after this. Yes, I know, Stewie, it's nice, isn't it? I'm going to go and find him again. So this thing here, look at that. That's some full-on representation, that is. So respect to Pot, he is a close friend of mine off the sim racing as well, so you know, he is helping to promote the channel, so big shout out to him. With Scottish Al at the minute. Scottish Al had a bit of a nightmare last week. Was running a real good race, up in second, and then a nightmare of all nightmares. He ran out of fuel, ended up fourth, I think. So yeah, not the best race for Scottish Al last week. He has said he's not going to do it again, but we'll keep an eye on that. So this is Superfast Bob, but I'm not sure if this is Superfast Bob of MRC. Superfast Bob, who is not Superfast Bob from MRC, but possibly calling himself Superfast Bob for tonight. I'm not sure. He might be a new member of P1. I'm sure someone will pop up and let me know. So Big Les Cunt, he had a decent race last week. Just pull that up as well. Too many things to look at, people. That's that one, that's that one. So Big Les Cunt, yeah, Scottish Al. Well, Scottish Al ended up 5th last week. Drive 72 also had a good race last week. I think he was out holding top spot or second for a fair old chunk of the race, and just got into all sorts of difficulties. So current man in first place is Superfast Bob. We'll just jump on board with Bob. Oh, he's in ghost mode, so we'll jump off board with Bob onto Scottish Al. So caution blind driver across the back of Scottish Al's car there. So I've only had a couple of goes around Goodwood myself. It's one of these tracks, massive runoff. If you go off the grass on this, you better have taken a picnic and you know, some safety stuff camping out in. Currently holding 3rd on the grid at the minute, Scottish Al. Come back to him, see if he can improve that time. On board with my buddy Potter McPot, currently sitting in 4th on the grid. On board with Potter, see what he's like around here. So I don't know how much time Potter's had around this track. So Zuzim's is in the lobby now. He's put himself straight into 1st place. Week's just turning up as well. Dory in the room. So we're looking to get a full lobby again. So again, only 13 on track at the minute. Through the chicane. What have I just done with that? And into Madgwick. Super Fast Bobby. Is that Super Fast Bobby from MRC? Super Fast Bobby. Changed name again. Super Fast Bobby. I think he was interested in joining this race tonight. In one of the posts on Facebook. He's an MRC driver. But I don't know whether he's changed his name for this occasion. He does like to change his name, does our Bob? Yes, it is Super Fast Bob. So if you've got dogs, put them away. Bobby does like to skin a dog or two. Once I know it's Bob, I know it's Bob Bristow. It's the only Bob I flipping know. Everyone else is actually called Robert. So I think I've been on board with Potter McPot a fair old chunk of time now. Put himself up into 3rd. Let's flick through to Zuzim's. So Raoul as well, he's put himself into 1st place at the minute. So he's on a 109.8. Zuzim's a little bit far back at the minute. So I know Raoul, Zuzim's and Potter McPot are very quick drivers. Jarve 72, Dylan Curtin as well. So I would expect to be seeing these boys at the top. I don't know how Bobby's going to do in these cars. We'll keep an eye on those. Excuse me while I down fizzy pop. As with everyone else, it's absolutely baking. Dylan Curtin managing to push Zuzim's down another spot as well, up into 2nd for Dylan. Oh, as I say, this is what I'm talking about with the run-outs, people. That's an awful lot of going forward time he spent going sideways. Jump on board with the man at the front, Raoul. He's got half a second gap over Dylan. So I don't know what those two boys are doing. Looks like they're having a picnic in the corner. We've just got it completely wrong into the chicane, I think. Mocking Weeks, Weed King to 420. Yeah, so Weed King just apologising to Mocking Week, so must have just outbraked himself and taken out Mocking Weeks as well. You do have to be careful in these qualies, just to find yourself a bit of space, not to actually race the man in front. You will see the drivers diving in the pits a lot, so what they're actually doing is burning fuel off, making the car a little bit lighter, and then jumping in the pits for a fresh set of tyres, hopefully trying to get a better grid spot. So is Super Fast Bobby using the toe of Raoul through here to increase his time, knowing that Raoul's in top spot. That would be a pretty good plan. fast Bobby can improve his time. No. So Raoul's still holding first place at the minute, 109.8. Just flick through the order. Dylan with a 110.3. Susan's just getting into a bit of trouble there with Reed King, I think. His fastest is a 110.4. Potterman Potts with a 110.6. Dory with a 110.9. Super fast Bob currently holding a bit of a penalty with a 110.9 also. Scottish Al with a 111.1. Jarv 72, 111.2. Steve Scooby with a 111.5. Big Les Kun holding a 112.0. West Ham Daz 112.1. Maggie Snails in 12th with a 113.5. Bocking Weeks with a 120.4, so he has only just come out of the pits and got into trouble with Reeking 420, so still yet to put a hot lap in, I think. King on a 124.4, so possibly not knowing this track. It is quite a new track to the game, so maybe a lot of the guys not having that much time on it. So back up to the front man, it's still Raoul, but Dory's closed the gap, so Dory's on a 110.008, so that's pushed him up into second. He's just come out of the pits on a fresh set of tyres, still holding half a tank of fuel though. As we see Raoul also holding less fuel, fresh tyres as well, so looking to increase that time over Dory to keep that first spot on the grid. So yeah, Dory into the pits now. Staying out of the way of Baggy Snails as he comes through on a hot lap. So the lads were saying last week that they really enjoyed this race. It was close fought, especially around Red Bull Ring, short track. It was close fought all the way around really. It's a real short track, so there was always a bit of action. This track's slightly longer, so the race may spread out a little bit throughout the half an hour. So while I'm on air, I'm just going to give Dave Dent at Dare to Wear Clothing a shout. He's put together a load of t-shirts for one of the sim racing groups. He's smashed the channel logo all over the back for me. Oh dear, Super Fast Bob and Zuzim's having a little bit of a mare there. Dylan Kilton just coming through the middle. So I think those two are just trying to give each other room and both braked. Yeah, so Dave Dent at Dare to Wear Clothing. I think most of you guys have seen the shot I put on the Facebook group. Yeah, real good work. He's done some hoodies as well and some mugs as well, but there's baseball caps and anything else you can possibly think of on his website. So all you P1 boys, get over to Dare to Wear Clothing, send Dave Dent an email. I will put links in the description below to Dare to Wear. Give him a shout. You can put anything you want on anything you want, so give him a shout, get some merch made up, why not? So yeah, big shout out to Dave for that. Zuzibs again just staying out of the way of the boys coming through on hot laps. So let's just jump up to Raoul. Now bettered his time to 109.4, so pulled that half-second gap back over Dory. So a fair bit of work for Dory to do to try and gain that first place off Raoul, but struggling through the traffic. So halfway through qualifying, Dylan Kilton's holding that third place. 110.3. Susan still in fourth. He has just had a bit of a coming together with Super Fast Bob. Not a coming together, but you know, these guys not quite knowing who wants to go first. So Pottermore Pot looking like he's getting some connection issues. I know he's hardwired in as well, so it might just be the lobby. He may have to leave and come back. Al, as I say, had a bit of a nightmare last week. He ran out of fuel at the end of the race, lost about 4 places. I can imagine he was weeping into his steering wheel when that happened. He was on form, he was looking good for a second on the last lap, last few corners. I didn't, you know, I think I commentated on it. I didn't think Potter stood a chance because he was sort of 8 seconds back. And next thing you know, he's on the back of Al along with 3 other people. So yeah, unfortunate for Al. So we just see him having a bit of a nightmare and smashing into the wall as well. So we'll go on board with Jarv 72. And let's see what Jarv can do for a hot lap. I've not driven this car myself, I don't know quite how feisty they are. The lads said they've enjoyed driving them last week. So we'll keep her on sector times for Jarv as well. Don't know where the sectors are in this on this track. Actually that long a track at 110, 1.9s. So, maybe there is no sectors. Oh yeah, here we go. So he's only 0.036 back from his best. Let's see how he does through the chicane. Taking it a little bit too easy through there. Still not a bad time, but that's only keeping him in, not managing to increase that time, keeping him in 7th. So super fast Bob's managed to push himself into 3rd as we see him going supersonic across the grass. Keep it on track, Bob. Maybe you need some dog skin on your tyres, mate. That's a pretty cool livery though, son. Do like that. Super fast Bob. Very clever. So Pot managed to jump into 2nd place, even though he is still in the pits with all sorts of technical difficulties. I'm going to have to jump off him because it's sending my eyes insane. Just under 0.3 of a second back from Raoul. Whether he can even get out of that pit lane though with the issues he's got. So yeah, looks like he's still in there. He's on 2 wheels as well, I think. Yes. So Pottermore Pot not having a good time in the pits then. He's up into 2nd, so he's pushed Dory down a spot into 3rd. Super fast Bob now just coming out of the pits in 4th. So super fast Bob is a new driver tonight. He didn't race last week. Will be a few glugs and pauses while I have a drink, people. As I say, it is absolutely roasting tonight. And this is what happens to us English folk. We don't acclimatise, we can't cope, and then we cry like little girls. But I'm not complaining it's too hot. I'm just saying it has been hot. I'm not complaining it's too hot. But it is too hot. So Potter has managed to get himself out the pits. Still holding that second, so no one's able to outdo his time while he was having a nightmare. Just over a quarter of a tank of fresh tyres. Yes, Bob, it is too hot. Bobby's just popped up on the lobby chat. Okay, so it's a 20-minute quali tonight then, people. Apologies, it does say 30 on the write-up about it. So that's kind of taken me by surprise a little bit. Looks like we've got some grid issues. Yeah, so Baggy Snails. I think that's Baggy Snails in the background. The car has been possessed. So we're in Rowling first place, Potter in second, Dory in third, super fast Bobby in fourth, Dylan Kilton in fifth. And I don't know what's happening here. I think we've had an absolute nightmare. So Rowell stuck on the grid. Scottish Owl is up into first. I think we're having a restart, people. So we've obviously got lobby issues. So we're just going to jump out of here. Restart that race. Apologies folks, this does happen. PlayStation servers are renowned for being an absolute pain in the you-know-what. And it's right when you don't want it. Or you'll switch your PlayStation onto race and you'll open it up. Oh yeah, update. Have an hour's worth of not doing anything on your PlayStation while you're trying to update. Yeah, restarts, who likes them, eh? So Dylan Curtin obviously a little bit confused about quali being 20 minutes as well. I don't know whether that was mentioned today at any point. I don't remember anyone saying anything. Maybe Baggy Snail started the race accidentally. Could be wrong. So that's interesting. That's very interesting. So I don't know if someone's fed me LSD today, but that is pretty intense. There we go. One car settled and gone. Parked in the same spot. Wow. Just on board with Mocking Weeks. People, I've got liquid running out of places. Oh, it's just absolutely dripping. Sat in a spare room, window open. It's flipping roasting. I should boot my lad out of his room and go and steal his fan. But I know he's gaming as well. He's a Counter-Strike addict. Attempted to get him involved in this, but he ain't one for driving really. He likes his shooters. So just have a flick through, see who's in the room. 11, 12, 13, 14. So we've got 14 drivers. Do still have a bit of glitching by the look of it. Oh, it does upset me. Which counter, Bob? What are you talking about? Oi, Stewie, right? He's my boy. Should appreciate the fact that I've bought him all his stuff. Yeah, Dad. Yeah, I can see you hot, Dad. Take my fan, Dad. I'll go out and get hot with my mates. You have my fan. That's what you should say. I'm going to make him listen to this. So yeah, we're just waiting for everyone to get back on track and grid positions to be replaced, etc, etc, and then we'll crack on with the race. So I believe it was Rowling first, Potter in second. Don't remember who was in third. As I say, it was a bit of a shock start for us all. Drive that car properly, Jarv. What are you playing at? I think the guys are just practicing their starts a little bit. Maybe not. Trying to just drift the crap out of these things. So we've got Big Les Kun going the wrong way up the track. Super fast Bobby, he's pulled over for his picnic. Big Les Kun doing donuts in the background. Just missing Scottish Al. So yeah, Mocking Week's just practicing his starts there. Here we go again. Yes, it looks like you might have some work to do, mate. So your standards will be up in a minute. I did miss them when they came up last time. Like I say, it was a bit of a shock. So Rowling first, Potter second, Dory third, Super Fast Bobby in fourth, Dylan in fifth, Susie in sixth, Jarv seventh, Scottish Out eighth, someone else in ninth, and so on and so forth. So let's have a bit of this view from the start and have a watch into the first corner. So currently on board with Dylan. Raoul taking that first spot, Potter right on him though. Already gained a little bit of time over Super Fast Bobby. Just watch Dory running out wide. So we'll just jump up to the front, keep our eye on Raoul. He's still got Potter chasing him down real close. They have made a bit of a gap over Super Fast Bobby, half a second. Oh, we just see someone flying off in the background there as well. So that was Dylan Curtin. Looks like we've got another restart going on, people. There's only 5 people left in the room. Apologies, nothing I can do about it. I think we're just waiting for Scottish Al kind of appeared as Baggy Snail started the race. So give Scottish Al a chance. So this is a track where you want to keep it on track. You don't want to get it off track. There are massive runouts. It'll take you a long time to get back on track on some of these corners. Watch it while you drive, mate. Nothing wrong with that. Take your mobile data off and watch it on the way home. That to me sounds like a plan. Phew. So, third time lucky, people. This time I'm reading out from 7th down. So I've done the top 6, top 7 maybe. I'm going to start from there. So Jarve 72 in 7th, Scottish Al in 8th, Big Les in 9th, Steve Scooby in 10th, Baggy in 11th, West Ham Daz in 12th, Mocking Weeks in 13th, and Weed King 420 in 14th. So we will go. For some reason it's not allowing me to do that. Why is it not letting me? There we go. So all of a sudden it wants to let me go on board with Raoul. So we'll just go on the rear view shot. I think this is a really good camera angle to show with the action. So he has gained a half a second gap over Potter on this occasion. Dory still holding that 3rd place, but Potter is closing up on Raoul from this point. Also Potter just losing the back end there, losing a bit of time to Raoul. Super fast Bobby up into 3rd now. So pushing Dory out into 4th. Zuzim's in 5th, Dylan Kilton in 6th. Steve Scooby in 7th, Baggy Snails in 8th, so Baggy's had a good start. He was 13th I think on 12th, the last one, so he pushed himself up a few spaces in the first lap. West Ham Dad's in 9th, Mocking Weeks in 10th, Weed King 420 and just running a little bit wide there in 11th, Scottish Al in 12th, Big Les Cunt in 13th, and Jarve 72 bringing up the rear in 14th. So we'll jump back up to the action at the front. So Potter McPot being overtaken by super fast Bob. Super fast Bob looking for the overtake. Looking like he's got it. No. Apologies. Let me go to a better camera angle. Oh, so a bit of contact between the pair there. Just Bobby losing out in that one. But looking for the move on every corner is Bob. It's got Potter and Zuzim's pretty close as well. So they have dropped Steve Scooby and the rest of the boys by 3.5 seconds at the minute. Yeah, still real close around here as they come into the chicane. Let's see what sort of lap times we're putting in. So 1:11 for Raoul, super fast with a 1:11.2 as well. Potter with a 1:11.4, Zuzim's with a 1:10.9, so that's fastest lap so far. Steve Scooby with a 1:12.4. Dylan with a 1:12.6. Dory with a 1:13.7. Mocking Weeks with a 1:12.6. Baggy with 1:15.5. 1:11.0 for Scottish Al. So good lap, but at the back of the pack. These boys are putting in decent lap times. Big Les as well, 1:10. West Ham Daz, he's had a bit of a mare, 1:17 for his fastest. And Weed King bringing up the back with a 1:25.0. So not enjoying this track, I don't think, Weed King. So Raoul now being overtaken by super fast Bob, and Potter looking for the move as well. Zuzim still on the back of this pack as well, so excellent battle for, this is just what it was like last week in the battle for thirds. Oh, so Bobby just losing the back end there, that's going to give Raoul a run. Raoul's got the inside line for this corner now. Just doesn't want to outbrake himself, stick himself on the grass. Bobby looking for a little move, but Potter's gone for the move on the inside of Bob there through that little mistake. Not quite making it move that time. Again, Zuzim's all over the back of these four, just waiting for the opportunity again. Bob going down the inside of Raoul there, back up into first place for Bob. and pulling a gap as well. So 0.8 of a second. Oh, again, I'm just getting on the grass. That might just slow him down a little bit. So some close racing right at the front here. Zuzim's looking to make a move on Potter as well. We'll stick it down to the other guys in the close fighting here as well. Steve Scooby being pressured by Dory. Dory looking to make a move now down the inside. Side by side now. Oh, Dory taking that place. Oh, but being outbraked by Steve Scooby there. So a brave move by Steve. He's got Dylan right on the back of this little pack as well. Bumper to bumper through the chicane. Again, Dory looking to take the place off Steve Scooby. Trying the outside line this time. Steve Scooby wise to it though. Just fending him off. So again, we'll just flip down the order. So Mocking Weeks pretty much out on his own, 3 seconds back from Dylan. He's got a 5-second gap between himself and Baggy Snails. Baggy Snails, Scottish Owl, and Big Les Cunn has dropped off the back of these lot now. So there was another battle right here at the back between Scottish Owl, Baggy Snails, and Big Les Cunn, but now it's just a two-way fight here. Baggy Snails holding on to that place through there. Scottish Owl has got the lines, and just gets the better run out that corner and takes the place off Baggy. So all good tonight for Scottish Owl. Good bit of driving, consistent lap times as well. 1:11.0s all the way through there. So jump back up to the front. Super Fast Bobby still holding that first. Potter McPot into second with Zuzim's in third. So Raoul looks like he's had a bit of an incident. That's put him into the front of the second pack now, being pressured by Steve Scooby, Dory and Dylan. So he's got a bit of work to do to get back up onto Zuzim, 6.5 seconds back from the guys at the front. Still a real close three-way fight now at the front. Potter McPot looking for a little move down there. Maybe running it wide, giving Zuzim's a look. Not quite this time. Super Fast Bobby looking like he's got control of this car. He's also holding fast this lap with a 1:09.6 as well. We'll see how Bob copes when the tyre wear and stuff starts kicking in. So Potter going for a look down the inside. How can he get the move done? Yes. So Bob looking for another move back on him. Keeping it clean through there, just not quite the right camera angle for that one. Potter McPot into first now, good drive from Potter. Let's put Bob into second. Zuzim's now looking to take that place off Bob. I think this camera angle really does show when the guys are a bit close. Oh, so Zuzim's have dropped off the back of Super Bob and Potter as well. So we'll just jump back to Zuzim's. He's now 3.6 seconds back from Super Fast Bob. So just getting it wrong through Woodford. If I've got that right. I don't even know what I've done with my track map now. That's not it. Put it away. Why did I do that? So Zuzim's 4.6 back from this. So he got it wrong through Ford Water. He's looking to close that gap though. So we'll just jump back up to this pair at the front. Super Fast Bobby has closed that gap on Potter McPot. Zuzim looks like he's closing his pair down as well. Super Fast Bob going for some late braking, making up some time through there. He's still holding that fastest lap though, is Bob. So Potter taking all the curvy dare. It's allowed Bob to close right on with them though. Bob going for a slingshot around the outside, not quite working. So I think, not that camera, where's the other camera? That one, that's the camera. You've got this car right in your face. So everyone keeping it reasonably clean, no contact between the guys anyway. It all seems to be the driver's just running themselves off track most of the time. So a real good fight at the front. I will just jump back to Raoul. So Raoul and Zuzim's now in a battle. Raoul managed to catch up to Zuzim's after his mistake. Zuzim's also still holding 0.3 of a second penalty, so that's not going to help his cause. This pair have gained 5.7 seconds over Dory, as we just watched Zuzim's run his penalty off there. So Dory's out having a race of his own in 5th. 6 seconds either side of him. Scottish Al just heading up this pack now of Dylan, Mocking Weeks. And who's that last one? Steve Scooby, that's the one. So a good 4-way fight now for 6th. So Dylan and Scottish Owl just making a little bit of a break from Mocking Weeks and Steve Scooby. Going for a bit of a look down the inside. Scottish Owl outbreaks him though through that one. Incidents through the chicane, that's good to see. We'll just get back to the guys behind. So Baggy Snails 5 seconds back from Steve Scooby. He's got almost 13 seconds behind him to West Ham Daz. So not a lot to worry about from Baggy, before Baggy. West Ham Daz now coming under a bit of pressure from Big Les Gunn as well. Just 3/4 of a second between Big Les and West Ham. And again, Weed King just having an absolute nightmare tonight. He's not getting on with this track, I don't think. So jump back up to the front, pot. Managing to just open up a bit of a gap to Super Fast Bobby. Super Fast Bobby just running himself wide there, so, and again just a little bit wide, so that's going to give Raoul a look. So Raoul's had a good race, come back from a bit of an incident, got back onto the back of this little pair, now separating them. Zuzim's closing them up as well. So Potter McPot 1.5 second gap now to Raoul, and that gap getting bigger. Super Fast Bob down into 3rd. Just struggling a little bit now, the tyre wear's coming in, Bob. So Zuzim's looking to close that gap on Super Fast Bobby. Gap is coming down. Not massively, but enough to put a smile on Zuzim's face, I bet. Only 13 minutes into this half-an-hour race, so plenty of time left to make some moves. Maybe get the job done through the pit stops. So that gap come down between Potter and Raoul, just under half a second now. So I don't know whether Potter had a little bit of a run wide. Looks like Super Fast Bobby might have done the same again this lap, run himself a little bit wide on that corner. So Raoul looking for a move now down the inside. Not fighting it too much. He has got the inside line for this corner, which kind of keeps him in 1st, but then Raoul's got the inside line for the next corner as well. So side by side coming through there. Not giving an inch, the pair of them, that's what we want to see, but keeping it clean. Just losing out in that little fight there, Potter. expect to see the guys coming in on pits probably this lap. Just keep an eye on Potter, his fuel is about out. So yeah, Potter's in the pits. Excellent livery on the side of Potter's car there. Can't thank him enough for that. I know a lot of the P1 guys have got dark smoker all over their car, as in on the front there. So it's a bit squished up there, Raoul. I'm not impressed with that, can't really read that. And all over the back there of Raoul's car as well. So yes, you've put my logo on your car. But Potter McPot has taken it to the nth degree, so cheers Potter. So we'll just have a look at Potter. He comes out in 7th place after his pit stop. Oh, 6th place, apologies. He just managed to get out in front of Baggy Snails. So we'll keep our eye on Potter when Raoul dives in the pits. See how close he comes to an overtake, or whether there's a gap, whether he's managed to make the overcut. So Raoul now into the pits, just flick through to Potter McParts. Just in a bit of a fight with super fast Bob. Yeah, the view from the back's pretty good, isn't it, Stewie? Oh, Potter McPot just getting a little bit squiffed through there. We'll get a bit more of that view on, I think, because it does look good when the guys are chasing. Oh, Bob just smashing into the wall, so losing a bit of time to Potter. We'll jump on board with super fast Bob. He's just in front of Weed King 420. It's fresh tyres. I don't think Weed King's been in the pits yet. So no chance of keeping up with super fast Bob. So Potter McPot up into 4th and gaining that gap over Bobby there. Right on the back of Zuzims again now. And Zuzims is, what's he, 4 seconds back from Raoul. Oh, Potter's just span off track. So managing to keep it straight pretty quick. But losing a lot of time through there. So unfortunate for Potter McPot. So Mocking Week's currently out in front. He will be in the pits this lap though. Raoul looking to get the job done before that happens though. So Mocking down into 2nd, but like I say, he has got to go in the pits. Zuzims 3. What's he now? If he's going to the pits, that'll tell us. So he's 4.3 seconds back from Raoul is Zuzims. Super fast Bob 1 second behind him. Potter McPot now back up into 4th. But he is a fair old chunk back, so he's 8 seconds back from super fast Bob. So a lot of work to do for Potter. We know the top guys are quick, so it's going to be difficult. As Raoul looks to extend his lead over Zuzims. Not having the best of races last week. Was he 5th in the end? Currently holding 1st this week. Zuzims in 2nd. He came in 1st last week. And super fast Bobby. He's a new racer, so no points for him last week. Potter McPot came in 2nd. So I'm not going to tax my brain in this heat to try and work out points and stuff at the minute. Someone else can do that, and I'll update you next week. So Potter's still holding that 4th. He's 15 seconds back from 1st place. Time is coming down a little bit. Raoul's still holding that front spot. 5.2 seconds up from Zuzims. So not a lot to worry about for now for Raoul. Zuzims Zim's kind of out on his own as well. 5 seconds in front, 4 seconds behind. So it looks like Bobby's had a bit of a mare. He's lost a lot of time and holding a penalty as well. So I don't know whether Potter McPot can see him. Just gap not coming down quick enough for Potter's liking, I can imagine. Sticking around the 6.4 mark. So all the guys have been in the pits now. Come out on the racing super softs. Dory kind of out on his own as well a little bit. Scottish Owl still being hounded by Dylan. So let's see if Dylan can get this move done into the first corner. Quite. He's looking for a move down the inside though. So almost side by side through this next one. Scottish Owl does like to late break into a couple of these. Managing to keep that place off Dylan. Again, Dylan looking for a dive down the inside. Not quite the place to make it there, I don't think. So Raoul still comfortably out in front. Susan, you just see coming around the background there. Super fast Bob coming up behind him as well, still holding a little bit of a penalty. So Potter McPot looking like he lost a bit more time to super fast Bob through that lap. Still holding fourth though. 4 seconds behind to Dory, so not masses to worry about. As I say, the race has spread out a little bit now. I think we've just had someone parked to the side of the track. West Ham does, I believe. So I don't know what happened there. Whether he accidentally knocked someone off and just let them come through. So that won't do his races any favours. He has got rear end damage as well, as West Ham does, so possibly the car not quite driving as straight as it should be. So extended his gap now, Raoul, 6 seconds up from Zuzim's. So Zuzim's now having a bit of an incident. He's holding a bit of a penalty. Not enough to worry him from behind for Bob. Again, the gap between Bob and Potter staying 7.4, 7.3. So yeah, a lot of work to do for these boys if they just want to try and catch up with Raoul at the front. So 22 minutes into this race. So Dylan, we just see Dylan running wide there. Scottish Owl's followed him in. Oh, so that's a shame. These two were having a really good race. I mean, I know they're both off track. They have both managed to get on track quite cleanly, so let them continue having a really good race, I think. There's some good battling between these two. Oh, so Dylan just running it wide there again. Oh, Scottish Owl's followed him in, I think, again. One thing you just have to watch, you know, following the guy in front a bit close. If he makes a mistake, if you're watching the wrong thing, it's quite easy for you to make that same mistake. So we'll just stick with these pair as they're pretty close on track and seem to be duking it out a little bit. Just pouring myself another drink. It's alright, it's only Vimto. So these two going side by side still. Scottish Owl looking for the move down the inside. keeping it pretty clean through there. Again, Scottish Owl looking for that inside line. That's the line that Dylan's been looking at most laps as well. We'll just jump back up to the man at the front, Raoul. So 6.6 second lead over Zuzim's now. Gap is coming down a little bit. Still holding his penalty. Super fast Bob has now been caught up by Potter McPot and still holding the penalty as well. So Potter McPot looking for the slipstream down here and the overtake. He's got the job done quite easily into there. Now he needs to break off from Bob, get away from the battle with him and just concentrate on pulling that time back to Zuzim's. He's 10.7 seconds back and only 5 minutes left in this race. So Bob now taking a dive down the inside, but having to take the tighter line. Potter maybe got the better run out that corner. Bob's still stuck to him like glue. Potter will have the inside line for this one. No. Bob's not having that. So keeping that place. Super fast Bob. Good bit of driving from him. Pot just having to relinquish that one this time. So the gap at the front, 5.7. Super fast Bob still holding fastest lap actually with a 109.4. That's surprising with Raoul out in front with clean air. I was expecting him to put some super hot laps in. I'm sure he won't be impressed that he's not got fastest lap or this man here. Still at it. These two guys are quite familiar with each other's driving. Both of them are MRC drivers as well. Oh, we just see Potter sticking it wheel on the grass there, so losing a bit of time to Bob. So only 3.5 minutes left. That's literally 3 laps. So Bob running it wide there. That's going to give Potter a good run into the chicane. So that gap coming down between Potter and Superfast Bob. Potter not quite. I thought he was going to make a move through there, but he has got the inside line. And it was clean between those two. Bob just ran himself a little bit wide. Got himself back on track though reasonably quickly. Losing a hell of a lot of time to Potter McPot. Very, very difficult to gain that back unless Potter makes a mistake. So we just jump up to Potter. He is now 13 seconds back from Zuzim's. So that gap coming down a little bit between Raoul and Zuzim's, but not enough to worry Raoul, I wouldn't have thought, before the end of the race. 2.5 minutes left, so we'll just run through the order. So Raoul's running away with it in first place. Zuzim's currently holding second. Potter McPot in third place. Still being pretty closely hounded by Super Fast Bob. These two have been at it pretty much most of the race. Dory's got 11 seconds either side of him, so not a lot to worry about for Dory. Dylan Curtin as well. He's managed to break away from Scottish Owl. So kind of pretty much out on his own now. Scottish Owl again, 3-second gap between him and Mocking Weeks. Mocking Weeks got Steve Scooby. He's just extending that gap over Steve Scooby. So Steve Scooby into 9th. Big Les Kun been dropped off by Steve Scooby as well. He's in 10th. Maggie Snails in 11th. West Ham Daz 12th. Weed King 420 in 13th, so his lap time slowly got better. Did Weed Kings again, just not quite getting these corners right. It is a difficult track, and you know, there's not a lot of curves and stuff. So if you get it wrong, you're on the grass, you go spinning off for miles. So we'll just flick through and look for some action. I don't think there'll be anything for Raoul and Zuzims. So Potter McPot must have had a bit of an incident. He's now in 4th place. Superfast Bobby getting the job done. So Potter McPot probably kicking himself for whatever mistake he's made, allowing Superfast Bob to take that place off him. We're pushing hard to get it back. Not enough time now though, only 30 seconds left. So this will be last lap. As we just see West Ham Daz pulling off the side of the track there, giving plenty of room to Raoul. So unless Raoul crosses the start-finish line in the next 10 seconds, which I don't think he'll do, this will be the last lap. So Raoul bringing it home in 1st place. Real good drive from Raoul. Zuzims, again, good drive from Zuzims, keeping his 2nd place. Obligatory handbrake across the line, thank you very much. So Superfast Bob has been closed up massively by Potter. So looks like Superfast is going to keep that place. It's Potter McPot almost getting the job done at the end. So Superfast in 3rd, Potter McPot in 4th, Dory now bringing up 5th place. Dylan Curtin in 6th. He and Scottish Al had a pretty good fight. Scottish Al coming home in 7th with fuel in his tank as well. Well done, Scottish Al. So Mocking Weeks being closely chased by Steve Scooby in 8th and 9th. Big Les Kun already crossed the finish line as we just watched Baggy Snails come over. So this I think is the last man to cross the line. Baggy Snails bringing it home in 11th. West Ham Daz in 12th and Weed King in 13th. So that's your results, people. Again, some real good racing tonight. These Toyota concepts look a lot of fun, I've got to admit. Some real close racing. Doesn't matter which track, it seems to be just chaotic and on the edge all the time. So yeah, some real good racing. So I will just let you know a little bit about next week's race. I am back tomorrow night for my GTTCC races, which are 100% less professional than this, with swearing and, well, that's pretty much it. But I am back Sunday night to commentate over P1's Nissan GR2 race as well, same time, so that's 9 o'clock. GTTC races tomorrow night at 9 o'clock as well. And then we have next Wednesday, we have round 3 of this. Now, let me just pull up the thing I need to look at. Next week we're coming from Autopolis shortcut course, so that's another course I've not driven. I like Autopolis, the full course. It's a good track. I've had a couple of decent results there, so I do enjoy that track. I've not driven the short course though, so that'll be interesting. Again, with these Toyota concepts, I think it'll make for some feisty fun, because they are a bit leery, and the boys, like I say, the boys do seem to like driving them, so it always makes for good racing. So yeah, we're at Autopolis next week, and then Suzuka Circuit the following week on the 8th of August. So stick around. I'm just going to leave this lobby and go do the Kika thing again, which I do every stream. In fact, what I am going to do is just say congratulations to these boys. So Raoul, Zuzims, Potter and Scottish, not Scottish Al, who am I talking about? Oh, so Superfast disappeared. Okay. So yeah, some good racing. So I'm just going to leave this lobby and go do the Kika thing, which is kind of my start and finish to every stream until 2 weeks time. Not that one, I don't want that. Come on, PlayStation, work quicker. So, this beast here is the car I'm driving tomorrow night in the GTTCCs. It's the Porsche Cayman. She's a bit of a handful. I don't actually like driving her, but she's quick, so I've got to kind of to stay competitive. But you can see the Kika logos all down the side of this car and on the front, and the handprints on the bonnet, etc., etc. That's all in relation to the Kika charity that we are holding a 6-hour charity event for, a race. So it's a Dutch charity. It's a children's cancer charity that we've said we'll get involved with. We're putting on different lobbies in different formats. So there's 4 different sim racing groups. There are about 4 or 5 different platforms to race on. So there's Gran Turismo, iRacing, Project Cars, etc., etc. It's a pay-to-play event, so there will be links in the description below to the Just Giving page. So go donate on the Just Giving page, and then go join NGR and let Mark Sykes know you've donated, and he'll stick you in the race. Or if you go to the actual Kika event page, all the links will be in the description below, and enter via that. Then join MRC and let Dennis Schuer know, and we'll squeeze you into a race that way. It's the 3rd of August, this charity event. It started at 5 PM. I will be streaming alongside Potter McPot, who you've just seen racing there. We will be commentating over the whole 6-hour, possibly 7-hour event, with breaks in between and chatting at the start and end, etc., etc. So for you guys watching, it might be 6 hours if you're watching the race. For me and Potter, it'll be 7 hours because with all the chit-chatting. Yes, 3rd of August, 5 PM. I think the Gran Turismo lobbies for MRC, I think we're putting on 3 times 2-hour races, just because a 6-hour race will detonate Fukushima again. So we're not going to do that. So yeah, get yourselves involved. Even if you're not racing, go donate. It's a worthy cause. The guys are amazed at all the help they're getting. You know, we don't think we're doing that much. All I'm doing is, you know, streaming for 6 hours, but the boys seem to really appreciate it. So, you know. So a big shout out to Dion and Andre for setting it all up. The 2 Dutch guys helping us out with this. Yes, see you on Sunday, Stewie. Oh, you're racing? Okay, good. I'll try and not focus on any spins or crashes you have then, sir. Yes, so this charity event we're getting involved in, blah blah blah. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else I need to say. Yeah, stick around, donate. Even if you're not racing, donate. It's a worthy cause. And again, if you're not racing, tune in, say hello, give us a shout out your mates, whatever, get them on live stream, get them on air, all that sort of stuff. Like, subscribe, blah blah blah. Yeah, hit the bell icon, stuff, more things. No problem, Stewie. If I don't see you before, mate, I'll see you Sunday. And I think that's not far off done for me. So I am going to put links in description for P1 Racing Club, who are the boys you've been watching race tonight. I will put links in description for the Kika charity event page, the Just Giving page. I'll put a link in description for the actual Kika Foundation as well, so you can go and have a read and find out what they do. Do some really good work. It's all based around the children, so you know, you can't moan at that. I'll put links in for MRC and Next Gen as well, just because it helps. You know, if you forget, you can always come back to this page and link up via this page rather than searching the internet. I'm also going to put a link in the description to Dare to Wear clothing as well. So Dave Dent over at Dare to Wear has produced some awesome tops and hats and anything else you can think of with the MRC logo. Now I know this is P1, so P1 boys, you need to go get hold of Dave Dent. You know where he is. I've given you the description, the links. There will be links in this. So go hit up Dave Dent and go get your merch. yes, he's got the MRC logo and the my channel logo, which is smashed on the back of that Porsche right there. He's put that on my t-shirt for me, so big shout out to Dave Dent. He's done us hoodies, he's done us mugs, there's caps available. So yeah, Dave Dent, Dare to Wear Clothing, go check him out, go get your merch. Other than that, that's pretty much me done. So thank you all for watching. Come check me tomorrow night for GTTCC races. Come check me Sunday night for the P1RC Nissan race, and then come check this same time next week for round 3 of this chaos, which seems to be absolutely feisty as anything. Yeah. Other than that, my name's darksmoka. I'm out of here.